Psychic News Network, you never know what you're going to find. I mean, in the past, you knew how I would show up, but now it's like, where is she? I am at my new place and thoroughly enjoying it. And I have been keeping up with the news a little bit today. It's a marvelous Monday. Zircon is letting us know it's a marvelous Monday. I want to just let you know that if you were looking for Church of Spirituality, there is a new channel, and it's at Church of Spirituality. If you type that into the YouTube search bar, you will find it. The sermon yesterday, the message was incredible. If I may say so myself, I am just the messenger. I want to thank each and every one of you, first of all, for being here and for your love and support of me and one another. So appreciate it. I credit all of you for giving me the energetic boost to move forward, to keep doing what I do, to get a new place, and we're just gonna keep this train kept rolling all night long, okay? And thank you to all of you who have sent me envelopes with donations and who have donated here online. It does not go unnoticed. It's hard to thank everybody personally, so I'm doing a blanket thank you. Let's get to the news. Over the weekend, thank you, Dale Johnson, and I got your envelope. Thank you. We'll see if we can get Democracy Smurf to stay. Probably not. I have some Velcro, but I couldn't find it. Can't find anything. I'm getting there. Oh, I did. Oh, Cheryl, you didn't see the Northern Lights? Oh me, oh my. Let me tell you something. With that Aurora Borealis, no, I haven't found Judy yet. Warren, you're like a child. You panic when you can't see the stuffed animals. It's cute. She'll turn up. The Northern Lights. There is a massive energy shift happening. It's massive. And we're all energy. We're all electrical energy. No, Elliot's fine. They're enjoying the time apart. We're all electrical energy. We are. Yes, thank you, Pat. You like my space? I love my space. I love that I don't have to go far to go to work. You missed the Northern Lights. Okay, well, I went to my power spot. Unfortunately, so did everybody else. But I went to my power spot. And thanks to all of you for letting me know that we would be able to see them. Yeah, there's a massive solar flares. So I went looking. And here's the deal. With the Northern Lights, you actually need to look through your camera to see them. You can only see them with your camera, which I didn't know. I was like, oh, what's going on here? I don't see anything. I almost left. And then I realized when I held my camera up, and I did post this on my community page, and I'm actually going to get it printed and framed. That's the same place that I did my Easter sunrise service. And yeah, I did freeze up that night. I did freeze up on Friday night, and then I went and got my extender to plug in, and that helped everything. So just to inspire you. And then I looked up and I saw this. It's hard to see, but you can see the stars in the sky. Breathtaking. This is a little bit blurry, but yeah. I might even just get a kind of a lineup of these photos. It's incredible. But this is probably my favorite. And then I did take video that's very hard to see, but if you can see it, I posted it on the community page. You can see the energy. So, Yeah, there was a huge crowd. Hey, Damon, looks like a crystal ball inside out. Yeah, it's really cool. So it was worth it to get those shots. The second photo has the strangest composition. You're an artist, Amy. You would see those kinds of things. This one. Yeah. You need lipstick that color? I love it. Hang on one second. Okay. It's going to be a little noisy, but it's getting warm in here. Massive energy shifts. Electromagnetic energy is what we're made of. And solar flares bombarding us. Speaking of energy bombarding us, I have special curtains that haven't arrived yet, but to block out, there's a huge utility pole right off the porch here. Betty's on the chair. If you need me to go get Betty, I will. I can feel the energy. I think that it's really important that we yank ourselves away from the TV and the news and we recognize we're going through a massive energy shift. You should be able to feel it. How it affects us is in a number of different ways. Hey Lisa, good to see you. It affects us in such a way that if we don't know how to manage energy, it's kind of like playing with fire. If you don't know how to manage your energy and amp it up with right diet and exercise and right attitude and positivity and keeping in action and, just keeping your energy moving, it's going to be tough. Yes, and Jackie's saying, I'm feeling very unsettled, very discombobulated. If you don't do a yogic practice, if you don't do meditation, if you don't get out in nature on a regular basis, basically if you don't take extra good care of yourself, nutritionally, with exercise, eating, if you don't do that, it's going to throw you for a loop. I'm just telling you what I know. I'll go grab Betty Bunny. I have this little alarm clock when it falls on the floor. Hang on. I'll be right back. Alright, now the gang's all here and I turned off that annoying alarm. See if we can do this with Betty. I don't think I can get Betty in the picture, but she's here. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same without Betty. Just know she's here. She has my back. That means she has your back. We have to understand that we have to adjust our energy to what higher frequencies are coming in. Hang on. It's so much noisier when I just open the window a crack. Okay, does anyone have any questions about that? Class? Yeah, that was my alarm clock. Like when it gets knocked over, because I've been knocking everything over, the alarm kind of goes off. Does anyone have any questions about what I just said to adapt to the higher frequencies? Now, yeah, don't forget the part. If you have a juicer, juice organic vegetables. If you have, if you have a good hiking trail to go hike, do it every single day. If you feel like moving, move. If you feel like moving your residence to someplace else, just move. But this is how we keep up. We get ultra into self-care because that brings our energy up to a higher frequency. Meditating helps a lot, Michael. If you can go to a yoga class on a regular basis, if you can put your staying grounded What did I do on Saturday? Damon wants to know. I packed and unpacked. Eat right, exercise, ground. If you put your bare feet, it's getting warmer now. If you put your bare feet on the ground, 15, 20 minutes, you will feel a difference. And you can find little spots like that even in the city. There's these things called parks. Anyway, over the weekend. So what happens is the nutties get nuttier. Yeah, self-care keeps you sane, and self-care is the way to not go crazy. Yeah, gardening is your grounding. It really does work. Yep. Don't let anything distract you from the positivity. If you find yourself being afraid and freaked out, then redirect your energy to the way that you want things to be. You got to question, what energy does Don Schutz? Did you say that right? How does it affect him? It makes him crazier. Pat paints nature and wildlife. Great idea. If you're a musician, then play music. I'm really feeling the vibe. I want to play a lot of music. Yeah, they get nuttier. So the already nutty and already imbalanced get more nutty and more imbalanced. Yes, Damon, grounding, it's your feet on the ground. You do resin art, Lois. I don't know what that is. Your feet, bare feet in soil or grass or sand if you're around a beach. Warren wants a group hug. We'll do a group hug when everybody hits a thumbs up. Bob Hope joke. I don't do a lot of political jokes. Too many are getting elected. Maria said her grass is growing quickly. Yeah. This is that time of year that all of a sudden it just switches to the warm weather. So speaking of people getting nuttier, Jersey Jam played her digital piano. That's not nutty. That's great. So, this has been on my mind all day about the loser. We need more thumbs up before we do a group hug. Eric Trump really said that on Fox News. Eric Trump said, "We're a good family, never have done anything wrong." Yeah, thou dost protest too much, methinks. Vegetable gardening. If you do grounding, can you stop taking your crazy pills? Yes, actually, that's proven effective. All right, let me make a point. Let me focus on making a point. Trump falling asleep in court is a sign of dementia. Marie wants to know if Melania has filed for divorce. I feel like Melania is trapped but can get untrapped. And we can read on that if you remind me. Warren. Don't ever take it personally if I don't respond to your comment in the chat. They're all going by so fast. That's just silly. Come on, you guys. Don't be silly. Help me out here. He's fallen asleep in court, which is a sign of dementia. He's not drugged up. It's a sign of dementia. I was just asking people to hit the thumbs up before we do a group hug. That's all. Can I catch a break? Yes, the loser is demonstrating signs of dementia. The media is taking its cues from Russia. Michael won't have to leave the country. People just love my attention, makes them feel awesome. That's funny. Yeah. All right, we'll do a group hug and then we'll continue. 1, 2, 3. Group hug. We're saving democracy. We're making it. Visualize it. Yes, I saw that, Rose. Watched a clip on YouTube from Really America of talking about his dementia. That's true. I did see that. What do sprinters eat before a race? Nothing. They fast. All right. So then over the weekend, he's at Wildwood, New Jersey. I guess there's a lot of it's a red district, and a lot of people were leaving. I'm not talking about the Middle East tonight. A lot of people left. And nice to see you, Benjamin. I haven't seen you in a while. They left. A lot of people. Yeah, I've been to Wildwood, New Jersey. It's fun. It's a fun place. Now, Jersey Jan lives an hour from Wildwood. Yeah, I'm surprised it's so Republican, but we have to understand too that Republican is not what it doesn't mean what it used to mean. Yeah, they had mock-up. Yeah, so what's going on right now, and I mentioned this before. Just get these two words in your head. Russian propaganda. Yeah, Trump's casino was in Atlantic City, which isn't far. So Wildwood has like carnival rides and everything. Hang on a second. I want to show you something. Okay. I think you can see, okay. This is Trump at Wildwood, New Jersey. Now, look, his pants are hoisted up, high-waisted. He's clearly wearing a diaper. He's standing there like a doofus. Does he look presidential? Would you want that man who's up there talking about Hannibal Lecter? R.I.P. Hannibal Lecter? Diaper Dawn. As if that has anything to do with anything. So, I'm sorry, it took me a long time to get to it, but I cannot believe that he was talking about Hannibal Lecter again. There weren't really 82,000 people there. That's propaganda. They're rewriting the actual news. And we have a candidate for president, because this isn't real. No. We have a candidate for president that gets up there and sings his praises about the murderer Al Capone, the murderer Vladimir Putin, the murderer Kim Jong-un, the murderer President Xi. He quotes Hitler. He talks about Hannibal Lecter as if he's a real person and says, R.I.P. Hannibal Lecter. He thinks it's cool. He thinks that murder is cool. He thinks that having a retribution, rage-filled sort of campaign, whatever you want to call it, he thinks that's what people want. And today, and last week, and the week before, and the week before, all we heard, I gotta get the nefarious cards. All we hear is about this trial. And we're not hearing anything about what else is happening in the world. Like how the Republicans are attempting to steal the election. How these Republicans, I mean, you see a little bit of coverage on it, but there are several Putin Republicans that have already said they're not going to accept the results of an election that Joe Biden wins. Yes, and then he repeats that. Trump repeats that really creepy, awful story about the snake, which is when people were walking out. There's been no news at all on the cable news networks, on the lamestream news networks. Entire hours, 2-hour segments, no other news except this. And I've written a letter of complaint to MSNBC. What's the best way to carve wood? Whittle by whittle. Thank you, Runner. Thank you, Thomas, for the dad joke. The whole entire news programs, I've never seen anything like it in my damn life. I've never, ever seen anything like it. That's all they cover. Joe Biden is saving this country in ways that no other human being on the planet probably ever could. I never watched Silence of the Lambs, speaking of Hannibal Lecter, because I would have had horrifying nightmares. I was kind of horrified when it won all those Oscars. I understand it's good acting and everything else. I can't fill my brain with that stuff. It's too disturbing, and we have a sort of, I'm doing this because I don't believe that he's a legit candidate, the loser. And he's singing the praises of, I don't know, well, he was a cannibal, apparently, Hannibal Lecter in the movie. Anthony Hopkins is a great actor, and that's why they won some awards. I think they won a couple Oscars. Yeah, I can't watch that stuff. And he's out there saying it, you know? 3 cards. I'm going to pull 3 cards about what this week holds for him. Yeah, I know Hannibal Lecter is fictional, so I don't even know what he's talking about. And Russian propaganda is everywhere. And when we start to, yeah, he's quoting movie characters as if they're real. It boggles my brain. Jodie Foster won the Oscar. Good acting, but still very, very, very disturbing. Does he know it's a movie? I don't know. Maybe I'll check my pendulum. Anyway, I'm looking at his status right now. Trump actually thinks that he doesn't even have to pay attention. Trump actually thinks that all he has to do is kind of hang out and just wait for his friends to rescue him. He's just waiting for his allies to rescue him. And the mainstream news is not helping. They should be all over this. They should be talking about this. They should be sounding the alarms. Where? Red lights flashing. They should be telling us we are in danger. This man is beyond dangerous. Yeah, Biden is up there with FDR and Lincoln. Absolutely. So the loser is actually is 100% counting on his allies. Trump is counting on his allies to just handle this for him. Are we being plunked? What's plunked? You mean punked? The national media would have... Oh, can you imagine if Biden said something like that? If Biden, a lifelong stutterer, flubs his words, they're all over it. They won't stop talking about it. And I'm not a regular listener to Hal Sparks, but I did have him on earlier. And he was playing, there's some kind of a Fox faux news comedy show where all they do, it was really interesting. I urge you to check it out if you want to. All they do is make fun of Biden on this Fox comedy show, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. It's disgusting. Yes, we're being punked by the mainstream media. Absolutely, that's a good way to put it. The loser has committed the 7 deadly sins over and over and over. So, 3 cards. He really thinks that he's going to be saved by his allies. And his allies, the loser, his allies are J.D. Vance, Tuberville, these disgusting humans, right? And then you have Faux News having this comedy show where they're just making fun of Joe Biden. And every single thing that they're making fun of Joe Biden is not doing or saying. Trump is the one that's doing them or saying them. Trump is the one that's known for these types of things. But on this comedy show on Faux News, I don't even know what they call it. I'll look into it if you're interested, or you can look into it. They make fun of Joe Biden and for every single thing that the loser is doing. And you can't even stand it that they're doing this. Nobody likes to see a good person, a good-hearted person, a kind and compassionate person, unless you're evil. Nobody likes to see that person being bullied and attacked mercilessly. Nobody likes that. Unless they're evil. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about how that's going to go. Now, you're going to start seeing more and more. Now, case in point. Unconsciously, just on a personal note, unconsciously, I noticed that my mom had the TV on last night and it was set to Newsmax. Well, Newsmax is just automatically rolled into the cable, right? And I walked in and I said, turn that off. That is horrible. She wasn't really watching it. You know, my parents are elderly. But I was mortified that it was on. Three cards about the media. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Lisa. I hope I'm giving you hope. I hope I am. Hopey, hopey. How's the mainstream media going to fare here? I do feel like the guides are saying these words, campaign of truth, of actual truth. Yeah, Kitty Holler, I know, I addressed that, and we'll continue to address it. They already said they're not going to accept the election if he loses. He is going to lose. He is a bona fide loser. Yes, and Trump thinks, from what I just read, he just thinks he can kick back and let them all do it. And he actually does believe that they're going to do it. So it makes you wonder what they're up to. My mom didn't say who's the parent here. That's what your mom says to you when I tell her what to do. Well, speaking of dementia, she's got, kind of got that. Early phases. But, so I knew she wasn't really watching it. Yeah, just understand that she didn't know what she was watching. As far as the mainstream news media, they're kind of weighing it out. I mean, I do see mainstream news media kind of weighing it out. So I do feel like that if we write to them, yeah, I do feel like if we write to them, it will make a difference. I see a campaign of truth, of actual truth, not Truth Social, obviously, but actual truth getting, really, the guides are saying really strongly, as long as we get involved. The Two of Wands. Okay, it's gonna be like a ping pong. It's gonna be volleying back and forth. That's fake news. I'm excited that Midas Touch is growing. I'm excited that pro-democracy channels and groups are popping up everywhere. The Howard Stern interview with President Biden, I listened to half of it, and then how YouTube, you tap your phone and it gets knocked off. I'm gonna watch the rest of that. Please check that out. Yogi Bear is saying media was bought by Trump in 2016. They've been bought. They've definitely been bought. Corporate is running the show. Literally running the show. I was talking today to Terry, I don't think she's in the chat, but about, there's a few people on YouTube, like myself, I'm starting to consider it a badge of honor, whose numbers aren't growing. And I think that what I'm saying here has something to do with that. So everything you can do to help me to grow this channel will be wonderful, but I'm not counting on it anymore. I'm not counting on YouTube to help me out. It's just not going to happen. So everyone needs to be watching Midas Touch, but I do see the mainstream media kind of like weighing it out. Now, should we stay on this track? And the plans, Putin has plans right now to completely flood the international airwaves with fake propaganda. So you will notice more and more and more that the news, not mainstream as much, but you'll see the other more extremist channels, they'll be just pouring it on. Just pouring it on. And they're counting on the people that don't know what's going on to listen to it and go, oh my gosh. I remember after the election in 2020, somebody, and I've mentioned this type of thing before, somebody who I considered an intelligent person said to me, oh, but don't you think Sidney Powell, saying that the election was stolen, don't you think there's something to that? Yeah. That's a good question, Electrostorm. Will Congress step in and break up the corporate media once we get the House and Senate? Yes, I do feel that. If you feel overly stressed, I want you to consider that you're okay. I mean, compared to what some people in some countries are going through, we can take two tacks. We can be like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. Or we can be like, thank you, that we're okay, right? We're not going to let them win. I just got through talking about how the vibrational frequency is raising up. And when hang on, I'm just Warren, you have a knack. I'm telling you, you have a knack. I'm not going there right now. We can't be thinking that there's nothing we can do because it's not true. Poor Warren again. He always makes me go way down the road. I'm not going way down the road right now. I'm staying right here. And I love you lots. Yes, they probably don't like my content. I'm too much for freedom. I've surrendered. I'm for the actual truth. Dad joke, when is a door not really a door when it's really a jar? It's hard to not be all over the place today. I don't even have my astrology calendar up. Does anyone know what the moon is in tonight? I mean, it's stuff everywhere. Warren's bothering me. It's all in good fun. All right. 3 more cards about... Boy, J.D. Vance, man. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When I tune into J.D. Vance, I think he has a lot of guilt subconsciously. I think J.D. Vance has a lot of guilt subconsciously about what he's doing. Just getting up there and to just, lie. And his grandfather, J.D. Vance's grandfather, I think was a big influence on him. Of course, I didn't read Hillbilly Elegies. I don't... Warren, you're fine, right? Tuberville is the one that held up the military promotions. No, I don't have any tea leaves tonight. See what I mean? Tuberville is holding up the promotions. Tuberville doesn't even know anything about a women's reproductive system. I guess he didn't take biology. And is just like, abortion man. These heinous people. Warren's fine. Let's Ring the bell for Warren. We're both from the Northeast. We just mess with each other. It's what we do. It's how we show our endearment. Yeah, I know. I'm neglecting Damon. The moon is in Cancer. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about these Trump allies. I mean, I feel like... Let me ask this first, because this is what I feel like. Either the loser is highly confident that he has enough nefarious things going on behind the scenes that there's no way he'll lose anything. Either that, or he's delusional. We sound like nice people in the Northeast? We are. We just yell and we mess with each other and it's all in love and fun. And we're completely honest. If Warren's annoying me, I go, Warren, you're annoying me. I don't hold it in. It's probably healthy, right? 3 cards about these. Let's pick 3 cards about, see if we can get an insight. Does Trump really know that he has people that are going to take our democracy away, that are all lined up with a plan? Or is he just delusional? Very healthy. See, he's fine. People worry about you. We have a lot of, like, we're coming right off of Mother's Day. We have a lot of people in the chat that mother one another. It's very cute. Yes, so Lisa's saying, or the second coup will be more successful than the first one, but we know how they roll now. Dad joke, why did Adele cross the road to say hello from the other side? Hello, is it me? No, that's a different song. There's a lot of songs that start like that. Hello. I think I have a couple. Alright, the question is he delusional or does he really have a master plan to have a second coup, attempted coup? And Warren's not going to ask me who will be the Republican candidate in November. I'll tell you when we get closer, because I already have an idea. I already have it. But it's only May. Let's not forget, it's only May, but it's going to go fast. Yes, he does. Now, this isn't complete delusion, because he does have them promising that they'll steal the election for him. No, it's not a delusion. Because they've told him they'll steal the election for him. Yes, exactly what Catherine's saying. Trump's delusional and has a plan and minions. Yeah. So, here's the delusional part. He believes, remember, he was really into the power of positive thinking. That's how his brain got programmed. He has them lined up and he really truly believes, yes, he's totally crazy. You're right. He truly believes that it's going to work. However, the Ace of Swords is the actual truth. And the Ace of Pentacles is, this reminds me that Biden has all the money. Because it's true. Biden has all the money. Maybe he had a worm eat half of his brain. Did we talk about that the other night? It's just too much. There's just too much. Alright. The 10 of Cups. Yeah, he has confidence because he knows that they have a plan. I guess it's Project 2025, right? So Trump is feeling confident because he really... Here's the delusional part. In his mind, he's 100% certain in his mind. And he's counting on that will work. But we have their number now. Warren's saying, now that Cruz and Rubio know about the National Enquirer hits on them, will they step out and call out the loser? That's a good question. Say, you came up with a good question, Warren. Let's give you a bell. Good job. It's very refined and specific. It's not asking me to pull down the heavens to figure out the answer, to move heaven and earth. Let's do this. Let's ask about that. Let's ask if will Marco Rubio and Cruz, will they stick with him after they find out? I get the sense that they knew Vlad Dracula. They will stick by him. They will stick by him because of the Russian influence. Maybe this is why YouTube doesn't help me. Because of the Russian influence. This is not propaganda. This is factual. Let's not forget that they all went in 2018. They all went on the 4th of July to the Kremlin. They also, and Trump also had the Taliban come to Camp David for the 4th of July. They're going to stick with him. Yes, that's what I get. So what I'm going to read on now, I mean, all I needed was this card. This is the card that came up. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Lindsey Graham doesn't hide his freak out very well, does he? Oh, it was on 9/11. Thank you, Rose, for correcting me. I knew it was a day that we were really patriotic. Yes. Yes. Yogi Bear says, Russia, do you hear us? Biden will win in 2024. Yeah, the man is a traitor. Catherine, you're too kind. He's an effing traitor. Celebrity dad joke. What's even better than Ted dancing, Ted singing, and Ted singing and dancing? Ted dancing, wow. That brings back memories. I'm going to make up for the mainstream news media ignoring our actual president of the United States. I'm going to make up for them not addressing. Doofus Don doesn't even know who Hannibal Lecter is. Oh, yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. He's a fictional character in a very disturbing movie. We're going to read on Joe Biden. Did anybody see the mainstream media today talking about what Trump was saying in Wildwood? Because I didn't catch it. Yeah, a lot of people have drunk the Kool-Aid, and it is like what we know now is that Putin is planning an international psychological attack. If you've been with me for a long time, I've been saying for the past 4 years. Oh, they did cover it on CNN. Good. I've been just the fact that Trump was saying those things. I've been saying for the past 4 years, we are in a war with Russia. It's not the traditional kind of war. It's a cyber war, and it's psychological warfare. This is the 200th anniversary of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony today? Cool. Dad joke. What do the animals tell Simba when he walked too slow? Mufasa! Mufasa, Mufasa! Anyway. Yeah. Is Canada big enough to take us all in? I know, you tell us, Lisa. I really need to know. Because I'm out of here. I'm studying French. This is news. I'm not making this up. This is actual news. That Putin has said. He got elected. People like the military was coming to people's homes, pushing ballots on them in Russia and Ukraine and forcing them to vote for Putin. Do we want that? I don't think so. So he just got elected, and this is what he's saying. And those 6 months that we didn't send Ukraine aid were pivotal in helping Ukraine to get ahead. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I love my new place. Kitty Holler's going to have a bag packed and waiting. Yes. Yes, all the news media stations are owned by a handful of oligarchs. So we catching on yet? I'm going to pull 3 cards about our President Joe Biden, and I'm just going to ask how he's doing. And I want you all to know that a long time ago, when I did a video about it, I included it in my video, I received a channeled message from my guides that was very strong. It was during COVID. And they said that we've been through this kind of thing before. You know, the attempted fascist takeover and World War II and all that. We've been in this kind of a place before. But this time around, no, I didn't know Beethoven used to pour water over his head after composing his masterpieces. During. Oh, after. That's interesting. This time around, we will have the necessary high frequency. We will have enough of the necessary high frequency. That's why I tell people, I know we want to hate them, but we want to, get those emotions out of our way and go to a higher place of love. Go to a higher frequency of love. Think of things that make you happy. Go celebrate something. Just go celebrate something. Kitty Holler, we got to talk you off the ledge a little bit. We're not in an emergency and we're not in danger. All right? So let's just... My guides told me, this time around, we will have the necessary frequency. There are more people on the planet. Compassion will save us, absolutely. I'm reading on Joe Biden. Sing my favorite thing. Sing something. Sing the chants that I taught you all at Church of Spirituality. Watch Church of Spirituality. It's all there. I'm delivering it to you all for free. Joe Biden. For some reason, I have 4 cards. Biden and Harris. I told you guys. Biden and Harris. Warren's reporting there were 307 folks in attendance. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Yes. What happened on January 6th, even though, I'm going to tell you this, even though we're all like, oh, it's not going to happen, the trial's not going to happen before the election, about January 6th with Judge Chutkin, even though everyone's like, blah, 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 dude, let's not whine, let's not complain. Kitty Holler's getting a lot of boosted energy from all of us. Send Sharon some love. She's having family challenges. I know, it's hard. It's hard. We all have our things we're going through, right? Let's send her some support. Tell your friends, come here for support. We'll give you support. We'll give you a group hug. We'll help you out. Watch Church of Spirituality. I'm serious. It's going to help you. There are fun chants that you can learn that are easy that will help. This is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris looking really strong. This is about January 6th and what's going to happen with that January 6th trial. Yeah, Sharon's awesome. She always puts my information in the chat. Oh, Kathy's here. I already talked about what Trump said at Wildwood. I don't know if you were here, Catherine. We have a show next week. Ace of Pentacles. Let me tell you this. The American people are not going to take they're not going to put up with this crap with the Trumpsters. The American people are not going to put up with this crap about this misogyny. The American people are not going to put up with the crap taking out one of the best presidents in the United States history, that's brought back unions, that's got record job numbers, record turning the economy around, took us out of that $7 trillion deficit that Trump had us in. He speaks eloquently, and he's a statesman, and he has no, I'm not going to listen to polls, because they're wrong. I don't think it's that close. Even if you're saying Biden is ahead. I mean, I'm not yelling at you, I'm just saying. They're not accurate. Even if they're saying Biden's a little bit ahead, it's more than a little bit ahead. Remember that Trump lost that election because of the way that he handled COVID. When people have had enough, the reason the Republicans are planning to cheat is because they know that they're hated by the majority of the American people. The American people. The American people hate them. You know who I really love is, Joe Biden brought back unions. Joe Biden, I mean, we're doing great. Yes, every time Trump attacks Biden, he's looking at himself in the mirror. That's why I was talking about some stupid comedy show that Hal Sparks kind of brought up videos from, and I was like, what? Every single thing they were saying about Biden was actually about Trump. The polls are saying Biden is 8 to 10 points ahead. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I just want you to know that it's still not accurate because it's higher. Trump has blood on his hands, all right, and he's proud of it. 3 more cards about how the rest of this year is going to go for Biden. And if you want upliftment, watch Spirit Talk podcast with Kathy Beal. She's in the chat right now. We need 2 astrology readings for her before we do the next show, which is next Tuesday. But watch the ones from the past. And it will lift you up. It will give you hope. The astrology for Trump looks horrible. And I'm not even sure Trump is going to be around, you know what I mean, much longer. How the rest of the year is going to go for Biden. Yeah, lots of attacks. But keeping things in balance. And the King of Wands. It's going to go well. No, not tomorrow, next week. Spirit Talk podcast next week. We did a show last Tuesday. A few other tarot readers tend to agonize about the polls. Yeah, I'm not watching a lot of other psychics on YouTube, and I do my best not to get involved at all with what's going on, but with what they're saying. But the polls are not accurate. Oh, Kathy has a joke. What does a vampire use for light when he takes photos? He uses flash bulbs. That's great. Somebody's saying Marjorie Trader Green is awfully quiet. I want to tell you about 4 months ago maybe, I had a vision of Marjorie Trader Green, and I mentioned it here, Trader Green, that I saw her feeling very isolated. It was about 4 months ago. I had a vision of her feeling very isolated and then just being a nobody. You guys reading Chuck Hebner's quotes? The chat's going too fast for me to see. I do want to ask, unfortunately I have to go back to the nefarious cards. Yes, I agree that myself and Milu are pretty in sync with what we say. I do listen to him occasionally. Someone should pull your tongue out. Damon, are you being nasty? Sean. Well, Thomas kind of, Kathy was picking up the slack for Thomas there. I'm going to pull 3 cards before we go. Tea Leaves will be back soon. Do I think Jack Smith is ready to take down a bunch of people in Congress? Yeah, actually, let's read on that right now. Let's read on that. Amy's telling Damon to take a bong hit. Why? Is he stressing? Trump is hosting a MAGA fundraiser. Goal is to raise $500 billion. How can one raise that amount without fraud? Well, all right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to read on how it's going to go that Trump is grifting off the multi-billionaires. Hey, Dancing Warrior. We're going to read about that. And then we're going to read about Jack Smith. And then we're going to watch Midas Touch. Okay? And then we'll be back on Wednesday. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com if you haven't already. Sign up for 20 on Tuesdays. The moon is in Wacko. That makes a lot of sense. Somebody here said it was in Cancer. I don't have my calendar up. Warren keeps saying he wants to have a party here where I live. It's not happening. Sorry. I have too much going on. And especially with the tourists coming, I'm going to have a lot going on. Anyway. Anyway, what was the question I was just asking? I'm just trying to follow everything. I have the Devil card, the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles. And I forgot what the question was. That's how full my brain is. But I can tell you. No, that's the next question. No, I cannot organize a party right now. The fundraiser. Okay. So this is a fundraiser question. Trump, the loser's fundraiser. And then the next question will be about Jack Smith going after the insurrectionists in Congress. Thank you for paying attention. You're welcome, Kitty Holler. Yes. Thank you for paying attention when I can't. The devil. This is like the epitome of evil, because what I look at that and I think of Russia. I look at that and I think of Russia. Because it reminds me of in the Russian courts, they would have the prisoner like Navalny in the back in a jail. So when I think about Trump trying to extort $1 billion from all of the, I'm going to call them oligarchs in the oil industry, what he is attempting to do, he wants, if they give him $1 billion and if he got in the White House, don't worry, he won't, he would take away all regulations on oil and coal and gas. Yeah. So, that's what that is. That means it's game over for humanity. That's really what that means. It means it's game over for humanity. The King of Pentacles, he will get some of that money, and the High Priestess, yes, he's so the loser is finagling behind the scenes to get these big buckaroonies from these, I'm going to call them the oligarchs because they are. I mean, I think we have to face it in the United States. We're in a mild oligarchy. I guess I'll call it that. Anyway, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's totally illegal what he's doing, but that never stopped him, right? 3 cards about Jack Smith. And then we'll go. You think the Senate are going to investigate the Trump and oil company plan? I think so too. I think you're right about that. All right. 3 cards about Jack Smith. He's got a lot of strength. He has a lot of strength. I'm getting a sense that Jack Smith, and I've always said this, I'm getting a sense that Jack Smith will get Aileen Cannon ousted. When will he ever choose the president by popular vote? Maybe the next election. Yeah, mild. We're in a mild oligarchy. We're in a mini oligarchy. We can't let it get out of control, so we all have to be involved. This is Jack Smith, Knight of Wands. He's coming with the goods and the information. He hates this delay, but this has not stopped him. He hates this delay in the documents case, but it won't stop him. The enemy is fear. We think it's hate, but it is fear. Mahatma Gandhi. Great quote. I love that. So, it's been an hour. On Monday nights, we make sure that we kind of stop at 1 hour. Midas Touch is on. And if you stay active, if you keep your energy vibration high, it helps the collective when you keep your energy vibration high. Refuse to go to your dark thoughts. Just refuse. Just say, go away. Go distract yourself with something positive. All right. I love you guys. It's always fun hanging out with you. To book a reading, psychicannettedion.com. It's in the description. To donate, that's all in the description too. Thank you for those who sent donations. Much appreciate. All right. We can banish greed. Just be more kind and generous. That does it. All right. Namaste. Love you too. All right. Go dig in the garden. It's really good for your energy. All right. See you Wednesday or tomorrow. Bye.